hear myself? Is my volume up? I feel like my monitoring's a little low.
I'll get ya.
Get me. Welcome, everybody. It's 2024 already.
Woohoo. Is your headphones turned up, by the way?
Yeah, my headphones are all the way up. I sound much
Can you hear it?
That's a little too loud. Go a little right there. Right there's good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a few weeks off. It was a nice holiday, and we're back. We're ready for 2024. 2024 is going to be a wild year. It's already started off insanely wild and crazy. Did you guys get to play any games over the holidays?
Yeah.
Any big chunks? Well, Jordan the Man, MetaQuest 3.
Yeah, that's right. I got a MetaQuest 3 and
How
I played
is it?
that. It's really fun. I think okay, I haven't tried like the new PSVR 2, and I hear like the fidelity is really good on the PSVR 2.
Yep.
I haven't tried the latest what's Steam's version called?
Steam?
Yeah, doesn't Steam have a Valve? Don't they
Yeah,
have a
anyway.
as you can tell, I'm fairly new into the
To the VR, AR
to the VR
world.
headset world. But no, the thing that's appealing about the Oculus is wireless. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yes, the fidelity is probably not as high as if you're fully plugged in and immersed, right?
Yep.
But just being able to have wireless, have the see-through cameras to walk around the house. You look like Hive from Destiny when you're
do.
wearing it. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. But no, we've been having a lot of fun with it. My kids really like Beat Saber. I've been playing a few games on it. The one game that comes free with MetaQuest, I think it's Asgard's Wrath. It's pretty epic. It's a pretty epic game.
Yeah, I've not played
So,
that.
but no, yeah, well, and you can tell the difference like of games that are made specifically for VR and like games that are just trying to be like experiences and stuff. But no, it's really cool.
I like the Xbox feature, like being able to play Xbox games in this like immersive stage.
The ginormous downfall of that is you have to wait in line for your game.
Yeah, that's foolish.
It sucks.
That's foolish.
So it's like, you guys, if you remember, like when the original Classic WoW launched, like not original vanilla WoW, but Classic WoW relaunch, and you had to sit in like 24-hour queues to get in the game.
Terrible.
That's basically like playing xCloud on MetaQuest 3. You have to sit in these queues, and you're just like, really? Really? You just bought a company for $70-something billion, and you can't up the servers a little bit, you know. So, but no, I've been talking with our friend Beast. He has a MetaQuest 3 as well, and we've been kind of going back and forth. We became friends in the metaverse.
It makes me wonder what because the AR is where I think actually the future is.
Yeah,
and the AR stuff works pretty well. But the screen's not the highest of fidelity.
No, and that's
you can
like
tell it's almost an afterthought there. So I'm very curious on something like the Apple headset or any of these higher ones. I mean, the Apple ones cost $3,000. I want to know what that is like.
And I feel like that's where I get sick. Although I have been reading like different motion sickness. I don't know if you want to call them forms.
Blogs.
Of VR.
Influencers.
But
motion sickness influencers.
Like anything, the more you play it, the more your body gets used to it, right? Yeah. So it's, you know, I feel like I've noticed. But when I feel like, I'm getting sick is when I go into see-through mode because the cameras are such a low fidelity. Oh, really? I think that's what does it. Like, that's when I can feel like your eyes hurting.
Yeah.
So it would probably up the cost a lot, but if they can get like crisper cameras on that front for that pass-through mode.
Yeah, the pass-through mode, I think, because you can just start doing really interesting stuff there, for sure. But this has made me think about getting a Quest, although if I could like plug into my Xbox somehow with it, or like have my Xbox stream it to my headset rather than having to wait in line.
Yeah.
That's what I would like, because there is nothing like I would use it for laying in bed playing an Xbox game.
By the way, we're watching a video where a guy dropped his mag on the floor. Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Like I've actually, like you ever like imagine yourself being like you're watching movies like, you know, different war movies and you're like, yeah, man, I'd be the hero if I was in this scenario or whatever. According to Via, like I drop my ammo all the time. I would not be valuable in a war situation. I've learned. So, and you're just like, shoot, and you're like, go to pick it up, and everybody's shooting you. Yeah. There is a battle royale that's on the MetaQuest that I want to try. It's free to play. But I'll tell you, the game I've been playing the most, one, because my kids really like it too. But me personally, Beat Saber. I think to this, it's like one of the original VR games, and I think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
Like it's such a, you know, It's Guitar Hero with lightsabers.
I mean, it's very good. It's a great formula.
So-
Soulfinder in chat says, would you rather have a Steam Deck or a MetaQuest?
See, I don't know. Like, I've actually been thinking about the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck, and like, okay, if I were to get one, which one would I get?
MSI is making a handheld now as well.
Hey, I think I have an MSI motherboard.
There you go.
So,
Well, PlayStation has their.
He's trying to shoot that needle into his gloves. This is
Yeah,
an
it's
addict.
adrenaline.
This guy's an addict.
PlayStation has their $500 cloud
streamer.
streamer. You know, why is that $500 by the way?
I don't think it is 500.
It's 200.
I think it's
Thank goodness.
The PlayStation's
The PlayStation's
500.
$500. Oh my gosh, my
What
brain is
you
broken.
need-
But I actually think that's probably a lot more of the future than putting hardware into mobile devices just to have it stream.
Yeah.
If you can get it to work.
Yeah, streaming definitely is the future, in my opinion.
No, but it's fun. So,
Yeah, cool.
but no, yeah, I've been thinking of handheld. I've been looking more into the PS. What's the actual name? PlayStation something. Anyway, but the mobile PlayStation, right? Like the new handheld that they have. Because I know
gamer.
Hold on. Can we go back into the way back mode? Because before Christmas,
No,
I
no,
said
no.
I want one. And
No,
you,
no.
Jordan, in particular.
No, I'm still against it. I think it's.
You're
I
against
personally,
it. You're
I
against
personally,
it, but you're looking into it. It's got you
look,
looking into
no,
it.
no, for my
Oh my!
for
my.
for my personal needs, it's a waste of $200.
But why are you looking into it then?
Well, because I'm like, okay, let's see what it's been a few weeks. Let's see what's going on. Are people having better? Let's see what I'm not.
No, because guess what, everybody? I was right.
No. You're actually still wrong.
I
And,
am right.
And funny enough, there's more. There's more cracks in the stone.
There's an
that I have found.
There's an appeal to, even if it only streams from my console, to me being able to move freely throughout my house. I get what they're trying to do.
Yes, I get the appeal.
I tried to do it with my iPad over the holidays.
At that price point, and here's the kicker, they're basically doing what Nintendo's doing. You cannot plug in your own headphones, and you're thinking, okay, not a big deal. I'll just use my AirPods, my Bluetooth, or whatever. There's no headphone jack. Nope, can't do that. Do you know why you can't do that?
Why?
You can't do that because Sony. Well, they probably gave you some PR talk, but the real reason is Sony is coming out with their own earbuds that you have to listen to, and you're thinking, oh, you're like, oh, it must be like this weird, like only Sony can do it.
Yeah.
Nope, uses Bluetooth. So it's like, even like, because I was watching people talk about it, even the person was like, yeah, Nintendo did this and they changed it, so why can't anyway? But there's just like little like it's not. It feels like it was. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like if a gamer designed it, it would be different. And even if you just take it for that use case, just streaming around your house, it's missing such little things that it doesn't make sense. Like, why not have headphones?
That's fine. It's
and if you're going to release your own proprietary headphones, why are you releasing them after the fact?
It's fine, it's round,
you know what I mean?
Round one.
Anyway,
we're complaining about this. Meanwhile, none of us.
Yeah,
we did.
I've never played it,
but none of us.
it,
No, none of us hammered Nintendo for their. I mean, we kind of did, but in a joking way.
Well, but
for their just deciding to turn on Bluetooth one day.
2 years later, after launch.
Yeah, but
after I bought their freaking
didn't
dongle.
we think it wasn't in there though? Like,
yeah,
they led us to believe it wasn't in there.
They lied
no,
to
but
us.
here's the thing about Nintendo is they don't care how I feel, and I respect that they don't care how I feel.
Because I mean,
You know what
gotta
I mean?
respect that.
Well, I guess to be honest, Sony doesn't care how I feel either, but they're more likely to make a change than Nintendo is.
Yeah. Anyways, well, interesting.
I still think it's flawed, David. Too, by the way, I'm not. I say it's the future, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, that's
streaming.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But that's what I want. I want to be able to, and I don't care that it streams. I don't care that it's separate hardware.
What
that
you
it
should
streams
do.
from my Xbox, but I want to be able to go mobile. So I tried it with the iPad at my house this last holiday. Ask Jordan. He witnessed it with me.
Yeah, so
And it's not. It's off a little bit. I don't know. It might be my Wi-Fi, but we then improved my Wi-Fi.
yeah, I don't know. So what it's doing is the latency is actually very well done. Like when I hit jump, like it's very.
In what? In
So
the
this
Oculus?
is- No, this is
Streaming from David's Xbox to his iPad.
iPad.
And just for example, we were in Lego,
Lego
Fortnite.
Lego.
Is what
I
we were
keep
playing.
calling it Lego Minecraft. No, yeah,
it's basically what it is.
Lego Minecraft. That's what it
Fortnite
is.
Lego. Yeah.
Yeah,
By
so
the way,
we were
it's
in
a very good game.
Lego Fortnite, and we were running around like the latency. Like what's a standard latency
For
for a controller to a
device.
to a device?
Well, I mean, everything has latency. So like 20 milliseconds going from information to your brain, then another 20 seconds from like the computer turning it into a visual thing on the monitor, and those just add up.
Okay, so with this streaming, maybe add another 5 to 10 milliseconds. Like it's
That's nothing.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
nothing.
really. It's like okay, like it's
Like we had it side by side
You're
with
trying.
my
You can.
monitor.
It's just it's
Can
it's
you notice
playable.
a slight delay at all?
Not really. No,
So not really is about 100 milliseconds.
I would say
Fair.
this was 50.
Fair enough.
No, not really is
yeah.
really like
It was.
okay, yeah,
It was
okay.
probably.
No,
it was probably less than not really.
Because I was very
Okay,
impressed.
75?
When I used to cloud stream, like when it first came out on the Windows, what was it, Windows 10 or whatever?
Yeah.
It was terrible. Like it was a good we're talking seconds,
Yeah.
not milliseconds. This was way better, and this is like I could sit here at a hotel and play this and have a good
The
experience.
problem
At a
is,
hotel, no, you can't.
Well,
Hotels
I mean,
suck.
just like as you know,
I've had
but
experience with that. That's
the
not-
problem is there was.
it was like a
It
frame
wasn't.
drop.
It wasn't the latency. It was like the stream. So like you know how it wasn't buff.
Wait, what?
No, because
No,
it,
it would, like-
it wasn't the latency. The stream
It
would
would like
stutter.
stutter, but just for a split second, but enough to make it
And
not
it,
enjoyable.
It would do that every, I would say, 20 to 30 seconds. But it wasn't the latency. It was like the actual stream stuttering.
Yeah, now if anybody
I-
if anybody has tried this and streamed to an iPad, for instance, I have an iPad Pro 11-inch, and you've experienced this and found a solution, let me know because it was pretty impressive. Like the latency was like, yeah, I could
Yeah,
definitely
if you
play
could get
this.
rid of that stream stutter is basically the best way I can describe it. It would be a perfect gaming experience.
Yep. So then I hardwired because I thought it was like, oh well, my Series X, it's upstairs, it's on the Wi-Fi. I'm on the Wi-Fi. That's probably what it is. Went and hardwired my Xbox Series X in, and for whatever reason, it didn't go away. Now I didn't try other
Well,
games.
you're still on wireless though, right?
Well,
Yeah, I
the
mean,
stream
right,
is
yeah.
essentially always
And
going to
that's
be on
what's
wireless, right?
that's what I would diagnose this as.
Yeah.
As interference in the Wi-Fi, which happens all the time.
So I
So
wonder.
It's a problem with the Wi-Fi.
Well, but I wonder. We didn't try any other games either.
Wi-Fi sucks.
But yeah, it was. I was like, oh, I could just lay in bed and play it this way with my controller, and this is an awesome screen, and it looks pretty good, and it was so close. So
Yeah,
close.
it's right. And I don't.
So
I am
close.
curious to see how other people, like what they're using, what their setups are, because it might maybe it's just iOS.
It might be
You know
iOS.
what I mean? Maybe,
yeah, I would be
maybe
curious
we
if
use a
I
Windows
use-
computer or Android or something, But yeah, it was just. It wasn't. It was like every 20 to 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah.
It was just a stream.
Now, if you want to try it, you do have to go into your settings on your Series X. You go to power supply, and you got to turn off the power saving mode. And then you have to actually check a box that says allow to stream from
Yeah.
this device. So
You got to rev up the
you got
engines.
to rev it up, baby. But yeah, I'm curious. We're so close to being there. I did see a comment by Boy Will. He says, I've had an ROG Ally for a couple months now, and it's amazing. Xbox games anywhere. I'm super jealous.
See, and that's
Boy
what I
Will.
wonder on the ROG Ally. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just because whenever you stream, there's encoding, right?
Transcoding.
Transcoding. Sorry. So maybe it's just Apple isn't as good as. And I'm not saying Apple's bad at it, but maybe like it's just I don't know. Maybe
No,
different devices
it's-
or different operating systems
It's
or different.
interference in wireless. I mean, if you're on 2.4, that's the same frequency as a microwave.
But we dialed it into the 5G and we
And 5G needs-
messed that around too.
Yeah,
and-
5G has its own particular.
to be honest, the government's just got to stop selling to AT&T and Verizon and give us more frequency.
Oh.
I mean, they got a crap ton of it that they. What do they do?
have you looked at the?
No, they got a ton. And it's like, okay,
we're gonna pull up the graph. It's
like,
hilarious.
well, you're sitting here like, okay, I will give you this frequency to fire missiles, right? Like, I get it. All right,
The
I understand
feds own the
defense.
airwaves, man.
Right? Like, you take that for defense, give us the rest.
Give it to the people.
Yeah.
Maybe that should
It's
be
like,
your
guys, come on, give us a little bit more.
that should be your presidential platform.
But what frustrates me is
I will
like
give Wi-Fi back to the people.
the government sells the frequency, and the only people that can afford it are Verizon, AT&T, and like all these, you know.
They should auction it off as like a raffle giveaway.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Well, then what really makes me mad, okay, and this may just be me getting older, but the last 6 months, because the weather, like, doesn't the Doppler radars, don't they have like a set amount of frequency? Well, actually, I know they do, because when I worked for the internet company, the Doppler radar not the FTC, is it the FTC that does the internet?
No, the FAA.
No, that's the airline.
I gotta zoom in.
The FCC,
FCC, yeah.
So this is a chart of like
FCC.
available spectrum. Okay.
So tell me what I'm looking at here, though.
Okay, so this is like the available spectrum. These are like radio waves, which is what, you know.
Frequency, right?
Yeah, it would be T-Mobile. It would be, so it's like, think of like spectrum like real estate. They can have this particular frequency, and this company can have this particular frequency. FM is a frequency. AM, you have all the other, you have frequencies in the air. So that, and you can only have, there's only so much available.
Yeah.
We're looking at a chart here. What's available to the public, like a T-Mobile and AT&T, as those particular companies. And when companies purchase each other, like Sprint and AT&T and all, when they purchase each other for billions of dollars, they're basically purchasing people or companies for the spectrum that they own.
It's literally like buying
land in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It just does. There's no more of it. It's what it is. What it is. And so, if you can see, we see the mobile. People can't see my mouse, but like on the bottom section where it says mobile.
Yeah.
That's what's like basically available to the world, and then everything else is
the light purple.
feds.
The light purple is us, and everything else, all those other colors.
Yeah.
Well, you have some like
I'm
you see amateur satellite, and you have like ham radio, and you have different stuff like that. But
it's pretty crazy that like the feds own.
the government owns a lot of it.
That's why, and like, was it 2008, 2007, when they made a push from TV, they turned it digital.
Yeah.
The feds took that over for military use.
Yeah, they didn't give it to us.
No, so that was the whole point of that, is to put them on a digital spectrum over here, a nice little guy, and so they could use
Give it back to the people.
Well, no, but so the feds incorporated that for their own use. And there's a lot more. This is just
base
what
level,
I read.
And this is where I get frustrated. Really, I mean, the government's one thing; they're always going to get you, right?
Yeah.
But we have a Doppler radar where we live, like in our area.
Yeah.
And isn't there like 12 of those around?
In our area. I mean, when Jordan says in our area, he means like 1 block away.
Oh, here you go. This is a much better representation.
Yeah.
Here.
Government. See that?
Where?
Like that's what they got.
Let me. I can't.
It'll say like reserved, and it's like all there.
That whole block of blue.
I can't even show this on the screen.
I'm
going to go to our old.
They don't even want you to see it,
so people can actually like see it better.
Yeah. What's that big block right there? I believe that's the military. Like, which, hey, I'm all for. Like, hey, keep half of it. You know what I mean? Keep 60% of it, but give us the other 40%.
Nefarious Noob in chat says, I work for a major cable company, and we're constantly having to filter out new 5G and government frequency overreach. Drives us crazy.
Yeah, okay, funny. This is where I'm getting mad. So I used to work for a wireless internet company that used radio waves, and we have towers that are next to a Doppler radar. So they take priority over us and all that stuff. Anyway, one time we were on their frequency, and they like the FEC or whatever, FCC came out. They have like the worst badges, by the way, of all the departments. But anyway,
what is it like?
There's just like a big piece of paper. It's like, hey, you can put that in the little booklet thing. Like what?
You couldn't give me a medal. You couldn't make a metal badge for yourself.
Yeah. But anyway, they came in and what was really funny is they didn't realize we could change it so easily. So they're basically like, you mean we flew out here for nothing? We could have just called you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's anyway.
Well. Flew out here. Would they come from the airport?
No, they came from Los Angeles. And they flew, and they were like, hey, they have tools, man. Okay, you're not going to tell me that the government doesn't have some crazy stuff at Area 51. It's actually really cool. They basically have a gun. So the Doppler radar was having interference. So they knew it from Los Angeles. So they came out to Salt Lake, and they basically took this gun and they pointed it out their window. It took them pinpoint accuracy to where the frequency was coming from, and that's how they knew it was us. Yeah.
There it is.
They're like, there it is. And then they called us, and they were like, and they came in and we switched it. And they were actually really cool guys. They were like looking at our setup. And we had a lot of fun with them, but. This is my point, right? The Doppler radar is used primarily for weather, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Those guys are always wrong anyway. Like, do they need all that frequency for being wrong?
It's not a bad point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For giving me guesstimates.
Yeah.
Like, there's a 20% chance that it may snow today. Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
if I called in today? There's a 20% chance I might come into work today.
Well, you get fired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, would you? Actually?
I don't know. Look, hey, I get. Look, the weather is cool, and I get that it's like, your estimates, and it's cool. It is really cool how it works. And
How did we get on this?
No, this is what I'm saying. All right, I think the weather is cool, and I understand that it's hard to guess what's coming. But all I'm saying is, lately, you've been wrong 80% of the time. Do you need all that frequency to yourself?
Yeah. We can be wrong just as much.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And we'll have the same frequency.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's funny. That's funny.
Jordan,
Yeah.
that's valid.
So, rumor is that we're getting an Xbox Direct.
that'll be
Developer Direct. And last year, so this is a rumor. Let me actually pull up the story here for you guys. Rumor's been heating up actually lately. It's been going around the internet. And a Spanish-speaking YouTuber on Twitter, what is he? I don't know. Oh, he's a Spanish YouTuber. That's what he is. He says that it's definitely coming and that he's heard that we're getting a new shadow drop or surprise release just like we got with Hi-Fi Rush last year. If you remember last year at this time, early, I think it was February, we got Developer Direct that dropped, and then we got Hi-Fi Rush. And Hi-Fi Rush is a very good game.
Yeah,
So-
it really was very. And the thing to this day that surprises me is the studio that made it. Like, it's 100%
Tango Gameworks.
180 from what they do. What they made Ghostwire Tokyo, which is like horror thriller game.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
Very well done. So we could get it. I think it's big. I think it should become a tradition. And all of a sudden, February, I mean, this is after the holidays, after Christmas, after New Year's. Now it's just the dark winter of nothing.
Now, this is going to be a game that we've never heard of, right? Because just like Hi-Fi, so it's not going to be like, hey, Avowed, all of a sudden.
Here's the
it's
thing.
ready,
Think about it. There
like,
was
it's gonna
no leaks of Hi-Fi Rush. It literally shadow dropped out of nowhere. No leaks that they were working on it. No leaks of images, anything. Just
it just
pure
goes-
shadow drop.
Just goes to show you if people just don't talk.
Who knew?
Like, it's probably really not that hard. If you think about it, it's really not that hard to keep a secret.
Well, the game has to be good. Like,
Well, yeah.
like that's the we think like Titanfall. It came. Did Titanfall come? No, it was Apex. Apex came out. Came out. We didn't know anything about it.
Apex
And
was
it was
shadow
solid.
drop too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because if you shadow drop a piece of crap, no one cares.
well, that's the thing. If it shadow drops and it's a piece of crap, it's shadow dropped to the depths of nothing.
it's shadow crap.
It got flushed.
You get flushed. You flush it.
Yeah.
So very interesting to see if this rumor is true. If it becomes a thing, I think that's cool. I think that's cool culturally. I think it's cool to expect it every year. Is it a shadow drop if you expect it? Well, it's a shadow drop if you don't know and you've never seen or heard of the game.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. Now, that has to be incredibly difficult in 2024.
Well, like I said, if you think about it, it's really not that hard to keep a secret. You just don't talk about it.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Some people don't have self-control.
Well,
It's true.
And those people take up all our frequency.
okay.
We did get a super chat here. Let me drop to it here from Adidas 20. He's a tier 1 wingman status member for 4 months. Thank you, Adidas 20. He says salute to the brothers. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for being here. Everybody that's listening, if you've not seen us live over on YouTube, come and join us. We actually have a new look and we have new I don't know. Format? Is the format the right?
It's the same format. I just cleaned up some of the.
It's a new look. There we
Show
go.
you.
Check this out.
I was looking at an article right
I
here.
love that. I love that look.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Here,
It
I
is
can-
nice.
Look at it. It looks so good.
And then we have the one by ones. Here we go. I call it.
Ooh,
Hey,
hey,
guys.
ah.
You know what? Let's chat with this. This is
Hey,
better.
actually, we should be in this or the other one almost all the time. This looks really good.
Yeah, I cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but boy, well, clean presentation. Yeah, so come check it out. YouTube.com/X1Bros.
No, we should just keep it on this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is I think we should never actually be in that. This makes it more interesting
Yeah.
in that like
For those listening,
wide view.
we're all three of us are on. We're like tall versions of ourselves.
It makes me look thin.
Well, it's because my face is freaking huge here.
Yeah.
I might have to zoom it out.
We compared faces before the show. Everyone.
Yeah.
We've got some Game Pass games for January coming as well. We could talk about here. Hell Let Loose. We were talking about this before the show. We should try
that's literally today.
It drops today.
Yeah,
on Game Pass.
I think
Hell Let Loose.
I would love to do like a community play of this game.
Yeah, because
I've never played Hell Let Loose or Squad.
I've watched it. I've watched streams of it.
I've seen people, and I don't know if Xbox will have like custom games or private servers, but it's basically a hardcore, realistic World War II shooter, and I believe it's teams of I don't know if it's teams of 100 or 100 total, so
it's
50-50.
Total.
Yeah.
It's 50-50. But you have designated roles.
Like if you're a rifleman, you are a rifleman.
Yeah.
And you do what riflemen do. If you're a tank commander and you have like sergeants, like
there's a leader who like directs the battle. And it's supposed to be insanely fun. I'm very much looking forward to jumping to it. And as I said that, Demon Shane says, I did not enjoy Hell Let Loose. Tried it for a couple hours, and nope, no thanks. Interesting. So I do hear it matters, since this is a multiplayer game, obviously. It matters who you get into with, and if they're communicating well. I'm sure anytime your experience is dependent on others, it's dependent on others.
This is it, right?
This is it. Yeah, it looks. I've seen a lot of people streaming it. It was pretty big on YouTube for a hot minute last year.
Well, because can you imagine, like you're trying to lead your platoon into battle, and
no
you
one's
got
doing
like
anything.
You got two jokers on the side that are like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing? You just
Listen to
messing
me."
around? What's happening here? Looks cool though. I would like to jump.
Yeah,
into this
I kind of want to
it
give it a try. You know, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah. Demon Chain says, yeah, you need a crew to play for sure. Yeah, that's exactly. I would imagine.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it look. I've seen people streaming.
I wonder if we can get enough people to where we're just a squad, and then like
can we get 100 people?
The commander just says, "All right, squad 7, just you guys go over there and do your thing."
Drop on the community tab on the YouTubes. Interest in Hell Let Loose. Let us know.
We should set up a whole like chain of command in Discord for communication. So you have your general to your lieutenants,
and then the chat is all separated. So like by squad,
yeah.
And then jumping in and out is everybody's like the chain of command.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Well, and then you would have like
take it up to the chain of command.
We would have like a central command that can jump between all channels and keep the communication going,
or just one that is.
Isn't it?
Live?
What's it? MARSOC or SOCOM or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be super cool. Could we get?
I'll role play with the back.
So it's not 100 people. So we just need 50 people. Could we get 50 people in a squad here?
I would role play as like the guy on Forrest Gump that had the backpack with the telephone on it.
Yes.
So whenever you guys needed to talk to each other on Discord, I'll pull out my backpack.
What's the limit on Xbox Live Party chat? Well, this I would imagine has in-game chat, right?
Well, yeah, it has. I think it like sections it by squad, commander, all that different stuff, right? But
could we
squad,
get?
platoon,
I think we could get 50 people.
We probably could.
We did with our Forza Let's Play. We got more than that, I think.
Yeah. Well, it would have to be communication through Discord then.
Well, no,
Discord's implemented on the Xbox.
Yeah, you couldn't because.
This has. I would imagine this has pretty decent in games. If that's and like Jordan said, it's probably automatically subdivided for you.
But you need the line of command, man.
Well, that's what I think.
You have
I think
50 people saying
commanders.
Stuff?
Well, I don't know how it works. I've never played, but I would assume because there's like a guy in charge. I think they can go through and talk to each squad.
Are you serious?
Almost like think of it like remember the Battlefield mode where you were the commander helping people.
Yeah, you knew
that, but way more intense.
You knew every single person commanding the game was on the toilet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was like an iPad.
It was on
situation.
On a mobile device, and you would drop in drops for the people and everything.
Dude,
it's like thank you, Commander.
Dude, we should
enjoy yourself.
We should attempt to do this and then record it.
Okay, yeah, that would be awesome.
Jordan,
is
so
it
this
cross
week,
play?
Everybody.
I mean, I don't know.
It's just easier to record on a PC. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know.
I'll record it though.
Jordan the man.
Yeah.
On our YouTube channel this week, put up a post. Everybody listening, we're gonna have a post on the community tab on YouTube. If you're interested, reply. If we get more than 50 replies, because we're gonna need more, we're gonna need to pad that because there's gonna be some dropouts. And then we'll do it.
I'll be honest.
We can create history.
There might be a few what were they called? Quakers that we might need to replace in the middle of the
You know what would be really
Quakers.
cool? You know what would be really cool? If
Are you
all
talking about-
people that didn't want to fight.
people that didn't want to fight.
Oh.
That's what they were called. In have you ever watched a World War II
Well,
movie?
no, they're called that because Quakers. That's
Well, wasn't
part
it
of their
like a religion? Yeah.
Yeah, they are pacifists, or yeah, I guess that's. What
I just
they're,
remember like if you watch Band of Brothers, they're like, "What a Quaker!" You know,
Well-
like, they'd use it as like an insult. You know,
I remember learning about that in high school in like my history class. And didn't the Quakers like die out because they didn't repopulate or something?
No, I think there's Quakers today.
There's still Quakers?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
just a
I'm an
religion.
ignorant man.
It's just a religion,
I don't know. I thought they don't exist anymore.
as far as I don't know.
Well,
I know
no,
they had
I
the
think-
Quaker cereal.
I think
Quaker oats.
I think you're thinking of and I think conscientious objectors. Isn't that what it was?
I don't know. You guys are using big words.
This was like
we're getting a little
20 years ago in
It
high
was
school.
no,
We're
no.
getting a little
It was in the movie with Spider-Man during World War II. What's his
We're
name?
getting a little philosophical
Andrew
here.
Garfield.
No,
for
we're
a
not.
hell let, for a hell let loose
no.
game.
No, it was Hacksaw Ridge. Remember, he was a conscientious objector and he went into combat without a weapon, but he was a medic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
No, I'm actually thinking of a religion called the Quakers.
Oh, then
It was like the 1800s or something.
I mean, I think that was probably like their peak, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
That was their prime.
That's when they peaked.
like Rome. You know?
Like Rome.
I gotta look.
Yeah,
this
see,
up,
Hacksaw
man.
Ridge is the movie. that
Yeah, Hacksaw
they-
Ridge is the
Hacksaw
movie.
Ridge,
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
Okay, okay.
Although he was.
No,
he
listen
was
to
really
this.
cool.
We need a community event because here's the thing. What if, and I'm just spitballing here, I'm not saying that it's possible or that you even need the ability to do this, but let's pretend that we're able to get 50 people and then all 50 people are able to record their gameplay from their side and we're able to put it all together in a thing.
Also,
How
I would
awesome
really,
that
I
be?
would really like to. I don't know if it's been done in this game. It probably won't work as. I mean, it probably won't work. But with all 50 people, like all of us on the same team, I would love to try like a bonsai charge
Just everyone.
into the. You know, let's
we
just see
could
what
just
happens.
experiment
Like
with,
just like
with the wildest
experiment
of
with
tactics. All right, guys. Every single person, we're
Well,
just
and-
gonna rush.
And if you
We're
think
just
about
rushing.
it, like the bonsai charge, the opposing team only has so much ammo, right?
Is that what it's called?
The bonsai charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Japan World War II. the
And also
bonsai
in
charge.
this game, there's respawn. So
Yeah, so I mean, if it doesn't work the first time, we'll switch
we
strategies.
should try the wildest of strategies.
Quakers
like that.
still exist.
It'll be so
I did not know that.
it'll be so blitzkrieg. Yeah, our tank division can blitzkrieg.
Yeah. Anyways, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Jordan's gonna put up a post. Just
Now,
youtube.com/X1Pros.
this
Come to our
game
channel.
is-
Hit the community tab. It will be there. Let us know.
This game is very specific on being hardcore. So if you've ever played games like Tarkov, I'm sure there's going to be a heavy learning curve. So expect not knowing how to do
There's-
stuff while running into battle.
Yeah, there's nothing on your screen, so it's probably.
And to be honest, that was actually some of the funnest times of Tarkov, running into battle, not knowing how to unjam your gun.
like, look at this guy tossing grenades up the hill. We could charge the hill.
And die?
Oh, that's a group. It's the X1 Bros. I think this needs to happen.
We can suspiciously put ourselves in higher command positions so we don't die. Like, oh yeah, you guys,
I'm the general, right? Charge!
go get them.
Charge!
I have to watch from here so I can see all you guys.
Who's gonna command if I die?
Anyways, Hell Let Loose dropped today
Yeah, on Game Pass.
on Game Pass. Very, very exciting.
Can
for
I
that.
can I talk about a game that I am actually incredibly excited for this month?
Can I guess what it is?
Guess.
On Game Pass?
No.
Oh. No, I have no guess.
Final Fantasy
I
16.
have no guess. Go ahead. Tell me.
I guess I saw
Something-
you playing.
Well, yeah.
Probably something.
I saw you playing.
Final
that again.
Fantasy Japanese Fan Fest next week.
Oh,
Is everybody else?
But that's not a game.
No, the new Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That looks
pretty
super
cool.
pretty cool. It looks awesome.
Ubisoft has disappointed me in the past.
What's that one? What's
I'm
like
like
the
a-
subtitle? Is it
I'm
called
Fair enough.
Prince
The
of
lost
Persia what?
the Lost Crown.
The Lost Crown?
Yeah, and it's a 2.5D. It looks awesome.
I'm a jilted lover.
Like, I remember you had the Prince of Persia games on our old computer that used to like just sit in the kitchen, you know?
I love that game.
And like this, I mean, obviously it's different, but it kind of takes me back to that time, you know? Like it looks awesome. I'm really, this is my most excited game for this month.
When does it drop? Do you know?
I believe the 17th or something like that. I don't know the exact date, but it's in a couple weeks
Yeah, it does.
or a week and a half. So
Can we get 50 people to play this game simultaneously? Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, we could.
Unfortunately, they didn't go for that route.
Oh, that's freaky.
So, but no, I'm really excited for this game. I think the last Prince of Persia game we got was what, like 2012, 2013?
Was that monster inspired by Stranger Things? Wasn't that a Stranger Things?
I think everything's
monster?
been inspired by Stranger Things.
Or was Stranger Things inspired by everything?
That's true.
That's a good point.
The whole soundtrack is basically a
Solid
John
logic.
Carpenter
Yes,
song.
solid logic.
Oh. And Tangerine Dream, they did the music to that too. Which they also did the music to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh.
Tangerine Dream's an awesome band. They've done music on everything in the last like 50 years.
So in a few days, next week,
Look 'em up.
next Tuesday, I believe, we get Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Game Pass. So if you've not had a chance to be bored to death exploring a world filled with crap, now's your chance.
Now you can do it for free.
Now you can do it for free.
Well, with Game Pass.
While being a Viking, it's not really that bad. I'm a jilted lover.
There's a lot in that.
Wait, you've already moved on to the next game? Like
Yeah, Valhalla.
So I got to change the game now?
No, you can leave it
No,
on
you
that.
leave it here.
Yeah,
Everybody-
we don't have to-
Awesome.
I know this
we don't
looks
have to
great.
change it at all.
No, do you know what's funny is when we talked about this like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, this game, we talked about
when we saw the trailer,
we
yeah.
saw the trailer. I found out, because I talked about the original Prince of Persia game like on DOS, on the PC.
Yeah.
You can actually play that online in a browser for free.
January 11th is the date.
That's cool.
Next, so
You
that's
know, I
literally
might just-
next week.
I might just hop on here and play during the show.
Yeah, that's cool.
Freaking phenomenal. Anyways.
No, we can leave it on.
love
We
it.
don't
Or sorry,
have to change it. You want to know what the meta?
January 18th.
You want to
I
know
got
what
the
one
date
of the
wrong.
metas
January
on
18th.
TikTok is at the moment?
Is it the boob meta?
Is it the
It's-
black bar meta?
No, none of those. It's actually while you're talking about whatever topic is on. Let's say I'm talking about, I don't know, how to be a better husband. Let's say that's my whole shtick, and I'm talking about it. The video that's playing while I'm talking is something like slowly, like a snowboarder falling down a hill, and you watch it till the end.
Sorry,
or
that-
like a marble race. And it's smart
Oh.
because it makes you're like into the marble race while listening to him speak. Like, it's hilarious. That's the
Yeah, it made a really terrible noise.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
hurt
my ears.
from my ear.
It's the
Here we
old.
go.
Matrix glitched.
Here we go. Level 1. Oh, you can't even see my character.
Well, if you move, maybe.
I think you can up to that ledge. There he is.
So good.
Oh,
Here,
that's hilarious.
That actually
you
is.
can actually play it online. Can I go out so you can actually see
Oh,
the
there you
whole
go.
screen?
There you
Yeah,
go.
here we go. Well, and you guys can keep talking. I'm going to play this game. I love
That
this game.
is hilarious.
I
So,
even-
Val.
I don't remember where the things are. There's a thing right here. If I jump, it might fall. There it is.
Damn it. Beautiful. Valhalla is January 9th. We've then got Figment, Super Mega Baseball, We Happy Few on the 11th.
Yeah, Mark played that game.
Yeah. Is that was one of the OG Game Pass drops. We Happy Few.
Yeah,
Well, no. I think it was the in-game preview.
It wasn't
That's
Game
the
Pass?
thing.
It was Game
That
Pass.
was
No,
the-
it's game preview.
That
game
was the
preview,
first
yeah.
game that I really felt. I was at that point in my life. I thought I enjoyed game preview games, but that was the first game that I felt like the game was ruined for me because it was released before it should have on a game preview.
Not everything was there.
And I actually I think that's the game that just made me not like game preview games. Period.
It soured you. It's your Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yes. I wish that I don't know. I wish games came out polished and done and with the story. Like even what's that game that we played where all the kids were shrunken and it was an Xbox
Grounded.
game?
Grounded, yeah.
Okay. I played the crap out of that game when there was no story.
Till you made it to the computer room under the tree.
The computer room, and then it just ended because it was a game preview game.
But you can still build.
I have not gone back to that game, and it's probably phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah.
But
I
because
hear
it was a preview, technically a preview game, it lessens the hype for me to go back to it.
I hear
And then
Fallout. I hear Fallout 76 is like that, like a fantastic game now.
Well, yeah,
that's
I've
another
heard
game.
they've really supported it and turned it around. And well, that wasn't early access. That actually probably would have benefited from early access. To be honest with you, that one just went straight to the shelves. Not so, you know.
Resident Evil 2, Jordan, January 16th. Resident Evil 2, that's solid. This is a solid Game Pass month already, and we only have the first half of the month, and then we have Those Who Remain. But yeah,
No, Game Pass is a really good deal.
Did you already beat Resident Evil 2?
I'm actually still enjoying. It's I'm going to say it. It's on Game Pass, and I think it's in my top 3 favorite games. It's probably currently number 3 of my favorite games of all time.
I like it.
Sea of Stars. Game Pass game.
Hey, have you beaten that yet?
No, I haven't.
Have you gotten to the dragon on the mountain? You have. You've gotten there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten past that?
Nope.
Don't wake up the dragon. It's a great. Sea of Stars is
No,
a great
it's actually
game.
a really, and that's just like every time I play that game, I think, and I know it's like a 16-bit game or whatever. You know, people may not like, oh yeah, it's just an old or whatever, right? But that game, every time I play it, I think, man, the value of Game Pass, because I never would have played that game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and it's literally like one of my top 3 games right now.
The thing is, I mean that's just the beauty of Game Pass. Like you can try out stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually did.
One, you get like hidden. I think you get hidden gems. I think it breathes life into games that have otherwise kind of went down on their life cycle. It's just
what's great about this game. So it's like a turn-based adventure,
but they modernized the turn-based aspect.
Well, and they did things that make the turn-based super interesting to play.
Yeah.
I guess you could call it modernization of.
Would you almost call it like? Because I think to myself, like, is this a QuickTime event? No, I'm having fun. It can't be. You know what I mean? Like,
QuickTime just says press A now.
but they take away.
It kind of does that.
I know. But you're like, I'm sitting here like, but I'm having fun with this. It can't be.
So just to give you an idea, so we're watching this is my first 16 minutes of the game. There is a character with blue hair. She has an ability that she shows like moon glowy.
I believe it's called the Moonerang.
The Moonerang, thank you. And
I have that ability.
You shoot it out, and it bounces back to you. And if you press A at the right time, it'll shoot out again. And there is no end to it. It just it's like a drum machine that's slightly increasing the beats per minute.
It's a smart gameplay
It keeps
mechanic.
going faster and faster and faster, and it goes to each. It hits everybody, so it's going to everybody that you're fighting. And it's like it's super fun because you're like.
By the way, yeah.
I have one shot like 6 people.
Yeah, that's cool.
In one,
no, they do it
because
right.
of that. And it was so cool to do that.
Yeah, they do that right. By the way, just as we're watching this is the intro, so there's no like spoilers here. But did anybody else just feel terrible for Garl? I felt so bad for him.
Oh, well,
he's
terrible.
He's your.
He's
like I feel like it's almost a trope. Like he's just like
he's like the nerdy.
He's the friend that always believes.
He's
you
the
know?
nerdy like wannabe.
But he's always there for you.
But then the headmaster's like, you don't have any talent.
yeah.
You don't belong here. You have no talent. Leave.
Well, what's so great?
He helped save the world.
Yeah, he really did, and he does, and he's the guy. So you find this out in 15 minutes of playing or 20 minutes.
Yeah,
or
there's no spoiler here.
There's no spoiler. He comes with you and he feeds you. Like people gotta eat. He's the cook. You know, he may not have the superpowers.
So he's actually really important because he buffs you.
He's the pizza delivery guy.
But and even David, you like this part going into these types of games. When you'd go into combat, it would take you to a different screen.
Yeah,
this is all in the world. Like it
in it. So what they did was they took away here's an example. I played Dragon Quest recently, and
also very good game,
fantastic game. But with turn-based battle games, it becomes tedious at a point, and you're like, oh, random encounter with another animal. Here we go. And so you like avoid all these fights because they're super tedious. They remove a lot of that tediousness in this game where you don't. Am I wrong there? Like
it is in some parts of the map later on in the game.
Yeah.
But they introduce map shortcuts.
So you can go through different.
So you can go different ways. So because you do, it's kind of like Metroid-esque in the fact that
this is the part where I feel bad for Garl.
Yeah, Garl, he just gets he loses his eye.
He literally loses his eye.
Okay. No, but it's kind of Metroid-esque in the fact that you get abilities that you can go back to previous maps and unlock
And get stuff.
different things
Very
too,
cool.
which I really, really like to do. I think that makes games
But
very
part
fun.
of what takes away this the tediousness here is that you're not being I'm still in the same world, so like there's an immersion factor here.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't break the immersion.
Yeah, it's very very.
You've been
well
playing
done.
Dragon Quest? I never beat that game. I got a decent way through, and
I gotta say,
I'm on a Dragon Quest shirt.
yeah. I
very-
feel like I
it's
should.
very
I
good.
should
I
go
like-
back and beat that game.
It's
I
very
never
good.
beat it.
I like the world. I like the storytelling. But again, I got locked in on tedious battles.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie. I've not like played all. I've not been like super way into the Dragon Quest series, but I really enjoyed.
This was my first.
Yeah, I
entry into it,
actually really enjoyed this Dragon Quest. We actually played it at E3 when we
It's
went,
on Game Pass.
and I don't know what. Like I got a chunk of the way through, and I just never
It's because
finished
we
it.
have to adult.
yeah, we're adults.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
The responsibilities. What's that?
Okay, before we get out of here, I would like to know. It is our first podcast of the year. It's 2024.
He's Samwise. He is.
He's Samwise.
Garl is Sam.
Yeah, Demon Shane just said Garl is Samwise Gamgee in chat.
He can't carry the ring, but he can carry
Spicy,
you.
what are your gaming goals, or like what do you want to do with video games this year?
I want to play them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Is that so?
No. And how are you going to do that? I mean, like, have you thought about like, okay, I'm setting aside X time for this, or I'm going to do this. What is your plan?
I can't set aside time.
Yeah.
If I have time, I will take it. But I'm telling you, it is so hard.
Is there a specific game that you plan on jumping into this year that you want to beat, or a certain number of games you want to beat, or is there games you want to dive more into?
I don't necessarily care for quantity. I want quality. That Prince of Persia game that really
Totes your boat.
That really hit me in the sweet spot. I really want to play that. That looks super fun.
Yeah, any billionaires out there that listen to this show, we would feel free to buy us.
You know what, George? I know we're
We can
going
play
back.
video games all day.
I'm going back to.
If you got $1 billion,
Quest 3.
I'll chill for you.
Yeah.
I
I'll
find
say,
it
yeah.
awesome that you can learn instruments with that thing.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
The Quest 3.
Yeah.
Not to just derail and go back.
Piano, I think is probably one of the top apps.
That
over
is
there.
so cool. I went over to Jordan's and sat there and tried. He showed it to me, and
We watched a Japanese fish market and we're
the
immersed.
Japanese show blew my mind. It's like the first time I watched a VR show that
Made for
wasn't
VR, yeah.
like I was in the scene. And there was a guy driving a little forklift, and he went right by, and I could look around and look behind me and everything. I now can see why, as far as movies go, that could be
Oh, it's a trip, man.
the
It's a trip.
future of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's like in movies, you're looking at a scene, it's done right lighting, you have the composition, the camera angle, all that stuff is so cool. But imagine that quality or all around you. That blew my mind. Anyways, what I wanted to get at was after I was using the Quest 3 and being blown away by that sushi show, Jordan grabs it, sits down at the piano, and starts playing the piano. And I'm like,
I asked David. I was playing "My Country 'Tis of Thee."
He was.
and what it
He's
is,
never played
is
it before.
The things come across the keys.
It's Guitar Hero for a real piano.
Yeah.
This is the power of AR.
I never knew you were musical, Jordan.
Well, like you said, David, like you think AR's the future of VR.
I think it is.
You know
yeah,
what
I
mean?
really
You
do.
could
I
see,
think there's so many possibilities there. I think
Well, and we
VR
were-
will have its place, but VR is an experience.
Yeah.
AR, I think, is where more of the practicality will come, and honestly, some more of the cooler experiences. Like, you want to talk about immersion. Think about a high fidelity AR device where permanently I've set in Mark's room all these digital items, and when all of us look at it,
I thought you were going to say
it's
permanently
there.
put something in my brain.
It's there digitally, where you don't you have an empty desk, Mark, and you have huge monitors all in front of you for your workspace that you're using and stuff like that. Like, I just think like Minecraft. Remember the Minecraft example where it came out of the table and that was your world? That is awesome, and I think I think there's some really cool things you could do there with AR.
Having that versus being in the game itself, having it stable and on a table or whatever, makes it so you don't have the problems with the frame rate and the sickness, the nausea that you get from virtual reality. Yeah. Having it in the world that you're stationed to, and you can move and walk around, but it stays in perspective of your world around you.
Yeah.
That's
it's going to be very interesting to see what's done there and where we go from here for sure. So Beast says, my goal is to play the heck out of my Meta Quest 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Chosen Gringo says, my goal this year is to try more new games. I always tend to just play the mainstream games, but I'm always happy when I try other random stuff on Game Pass. Chosen Gringo, amen, brother. Amen. Jordan, 2024 gaming goal. Anything that's there for you?
I don't know. I want to try and, but this is every year, whittle down the backlog.
Whittle it down.
You've been doing pretty good in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, trying to. I'm actually really excited this year that Final Fantasy is coming to the Xbox. Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Yeah.
Might try and go for all the Xbox achievements.
That's cool.
I haven't seen them yet, I haven't decided if I want to go for it. But,
do you think it's going to be like a 100-hour per achievement type thing?
Well, it'll probably just be your usuals, like level every class, blah, blah, all that
which
stuff.
Is 100-hour per achievement.
Yeah, so. But I'm really excited for that to come to the Xbox, and I don't know, I don't know how many people in our community would be into it, but I think it'd be fun if we got a little free company going, which is their version of a guild. Do some cool raids and stuff. And,
I would like it. Yeah, I would like that. Very cool.
So, and yeah, it's cool.
My gaming goal is I've learned this about myself. I am busier than I've ever been, ever. And to unwind, just being in I think it's why Starfield appeals to me, because I'm in the emptiness of space. And it's just I would like to dive more into worlds, and most of those worlds will probably be single player worlds, but the last one that I really dove into was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, and that's a game that you can play however the heck you want to play it.
Yeah. And then so Starfield's the latest one here that I dove big into, and yeah. So the next what is the next big single player game that appeals to me that I could jump into?
Demon Chain Avowed would be a good one. Right?
Yeah, Avowed.
I feel like that's going to be kind of the next.
Depending how
Skyrim,
depending how Avowed is done. It depends how it's done.
Well, I mean, look, if it's as good as Outer Worlds, I really enjoyed Outer Worlds. I thought they did a great job. I think Avowed is gonna be bigger and better. Cross your fingers. Hopefully, you never know. Yeah. But it looks cool. Oh, actually, you know what? I gotta say this. You know what game I'm actually super excited? As much as I'm excited for Final Fantasy on the Xbox, my most excited game right now at this moment, Dragon's Dogma 2. That game,
I never played the first one, but I hear good things.
So I actually bought Dragon's Dogma, and because I've never played, because everybody says, oh, it's one of the most underrated RPGs, and but Dragon, I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was on sale. I think on Steam it was like $4, so it's 100% worth a buy there. I think on Xbox it was a little bit more, but I've been playing through Dragon's Dogma, and I can see why people like it. I can see you kind of got to get through the first while before it kind of really opens up, but I see why people like it, and just seeing the gameplay of Dragon's Dogma 2, it looks like the fantasy world I want to be in.
Yeah, but boy, Will said, yes. I just bought it as well.
Yeah. It's kind of, I'm preparing for Dragon's Dogma 2, which is not, I think, is it in February? Can you look it up, Mark, if you don't mind? Is Dragon's Dogma, it's soonish. I know it's not March, so it's in March. Yeah.
The other thing that I dove back into this year that I'd like to dive more into is a return to strategy games for myself.
Right? Yeah. We should play, what game I really enjoyed that you said you would play with me, but you never did, was Age of Wonders 3.
4.
4. Yeah. Maybe that's why I was probably playing the wrong one.
Yeah, I think you had the wrong game. That's why I was no Age of Spicy. Spicy never jumped into that?
Really? Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
It's a cool game.
Did I have to buy it? I think that's one of the games I bought, or was it
Age of Wonders?
No,
4?
it's on Game Pass.
It's okay. Good.
Is it?
And it's cross-play, and it's on PC Game Pass.
It's very good.
There were a couple
I would play that game on my PC.
Didn't have to
I would play. I think that's where I played it. Is my PC. Yeah.
That one, but Aura History Untold is one of the ones coming out this year for Xbox. From the studios, from Oxide, and the guys that did Ashes of the Singularity.
Oh, that was a fun
Yeah.
game. Yeah, we played that game for. Remember, we hit that game hard for like 2 days.
Hard.
And then we never. I think we played it for 48 hours straight, and then we.
then
we were
I
just
got
out.
it, and then you guys disintegrated.
Well, what I love what they did about Ashes of the Singularity is they removed.
Yeah.
They removed the traditional RTS economy. Like send my worker, it was all capture points. So it was based on your capture points, which I thought was really genius. But Ara History Untold looks like Humankind's dropped, which I jumped into, which was
Wasn't that
touted
like
as the civilization
Civ?
killer, and it wasn't. It's a decent game. It's a solid game. Civilization is superior. Ara History Untold, we don't know a lot about it, but from what we've seen, it looks like it's more granular. In the respect that, like, for instance, when I'm in a city, I can control portions of the city, maybe, and this is based off of zero information at all, just the trailer and the CGI trailer, just based off what they've been saying. But very excited, very very excited for to jump back into more strategy games for myself this year.
Cool. I'm looking at the list.
Can I say what game I'm really not that excited for? And I feel bad because I actually enjoy their games, but. The new Suicide game comes out like February 2nd.
But you were really hyped on that.
Well, I kind of was, but
shut up, Jordan. Shut up. Okay.
Yeah,
You're wrong.
like
it looks fun. The internet says it doesn't look fun.
Well, no,
but to me, it looked fun.
No, it does look fun, and I don't think it's going to be a bad game unless there's like some launch issue or whatever. But because Rocksteady is a good developer, I really like the Arkham series. Yeah. I played Arkham Knight, but. Not Arkham Knight. I played Arkham Knights, the co-op one, the one that's not done by Rocksteady, but it's in their universe.
Yeah.
So Arkham Knights, I think it was.
About. Yeah.
And the only reason it was an okay game. I'm not going to say it was a bad game. It was an okay game. I probably would not have finished it if I didn't have a co-op partner to play with. Like that game was strictly like, okay, I'm playing this because we're playing co-op, and it's fun to hang out. Like that was the fun of the game, hanging out with your friends playing co-op. Yeah. I almost feel like that's what like. And maybe it's because I played Arkham Knights and I'm like, Suicide Squad is kind of gonna be the same thing as that. Maybe not. I mean, Rocksteady's they've made good games. They made the Arkham series, right? But I don't know. Like, I think maybe it's just like. So this like compared to Dragon's Dogma too, and maybe I'm just I don't know. But that comes out like February 2nd, I think. So it's not too far away.
Yeah.
But again, it's just I'm kind of.
It's funny how the internet like. Swells and flows with hype. That would be actually a really fascinating thing to like try to get data points on hype on games
like
and then
fake Starfield reviews.
Yes. So from what I've seen, because I don't go on and watch streamers as much as I used to. I just don't have time. I don't watch Twitch. I haven't watched Twitch in years. I get VODs of specific streamers that I enjoy watching. That said, I watched the game when they released the latest trailer. It was like a 10-minute play or whatever, and you get to see all that gameplay. It looks so awesome. Just the verticality of that game, how they're moving from place to place, how they're fighting. The combat looks super fun. Then I get these feeds in YouTube of specific streamers that just hate it. And they're pushing like an agenda of hate towards.
I think that's
games. Does that make sense?
I think that's the culture that we live in, though, because I did a video this last week on X1 the Gamer. Go check it out, where I talk about it doesn't make sense. Starfield won Steam's Innovation of the Year award, like most innovative game of 2023, voted on by the community over at Steam. The Steam reviews on Starfield have now gone to mostly negative. Like that, you know how it's like mostly positive, mixed, mostly negative. And when you go through like the hate towards Starfield by guys where you see the hours that they're playing, and they're playing over 200 hours of the game, and they're like, it's a 2 for me. I hate it. Like, bro, you just played the game 200 hours. What do you mean it's a 2 for you? If that's your 2, how many hours do you have in a 10?
Yeah. No, it's just
and what I'm saying is I think there's just this culture.
Shut up.
Oh no.
I think there's just Spicy, to your point, I think there's this to be positive on social media is to be naive in a lot of people's minds. To be critical is to be intellectual. It automatically puts when you're critical and you're like, this game looks so stupid. I'm surprised they did this. Look at like the air of arrogance that comes with that. The like, I am now morally superior than you developers who I don't know anything about developing the game that you just put together, that you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into, but I'm going to be critical of it because it strokes my ego.
Well, I think it's okay to be critical of certain aspects.
I get. Well, there's an unreasonableness to it.
The one thing that bothers me, and this is from like different streamers and actually YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. It's like they can't let it go. And this, what I mean by that is every time Starfield is mentioned, they have to go on a 20 to 45 minute tirade of how the game is terrible. But what's funny is it always comes down to this. They're like, because they go through this thing about how Starfield is so terrible, and then they kind of like have to pivot. They almost pivot a little bit. They go, well, I mean, it's not like the worst game ever made, but it's not that great. It's like, well, yeah, because
it's like
and that's the thing. It's like it's not a bad. Like I don't think Starfield is Bethesda's best game. I don't. I actually don't think it's the best RPG out there. I think it is a B- to B range of a game.
Sure. Okay.
Right. I think there's cool stuff in there. I think there's stuff they can definitely improve, and everybody knows this. I think they could have cut the game completely in half, and things actually I think would have been better. But
size wise,
wizard ability wise.
Here's another. Here's another reason for because this isn't really a Starfield rant, but it's spicy.
Sorry, just real quick.
Dogma. Go ahead.
Real quick, getting to my point. That's how I feel about the game. Do I think that game is a mostly negative on Steam? Like, no, I don't think so. I think there's like there's a validity that comes to that. So as I was browsing the Steam reviews, the amount of interaction you get for posting, you have guys that have never left reviews before. Like, because you can see their profiles and you can see what reviews they've got. No reviews, pages long reviews on Starfield as their first review. Then the interaction that they get on that, they're getting hundreds of badges and attributes from people. Go to the positive reviews. Is it Steam badge meta right now?
Yeah. Go to the positive reviews.
I gotta go leave a bad review. Get my badge
Go to the positive
score up.
Reviews over on Steam. Nothing. No interaction it gets you. And to Demon Shane's point, it's because negative commentary gets way more engagement and people just want attention. I think there's a lot of that to it, and I think that's spicy. The Dragon's Dogma hate from those people, I think, is that.
Wait, Dragon Dogma's hate? What are you talking about?
Of the new Dragon's Dogma.
Oh no, Suicide Squad.
Oh, sorry, Suicide Squad. My bad. My bad. The Suicide Squad. Yeah. I think it's a lot of that. It's I'm morally superior. I'm putting myself on this pedestal. You got to meet my demands.
No, well, and it's like super depressing because I like to play games.
Yeah.
And games are fun. Games should be fun. And it looked fun to me. And then the whole it confuses even the whole Starfield thing. Like I watch VODs pop up on my recommended all the time. Asmongold. He's a Warcraft streamer. He's very popular on Twitch as a streamer, as an influencer, and all that stuff. And he hates Starfield. He hates it.
Really?
And everybody just jumps on with him. They just crush it. And it's like, well, I really think bad as you guys are.
Yeah, I really think
I played it.
Carnage. Carnage. I think he gave like the best, if you would say, review of it when he basically just said like. He essentially said what I said, almost like he talked about like it's not the greatest game, but I had a lot of fun doing these aspects of the game, and stuff like that. Like I actually really like Coco.
Yeah, I just think he makes
me happy.
I just think there's a culture of negativity that is passed off as pseudo intellectualism.
Well, and that's the thing, David. When you said like when you're positive about a game, you have the sense of naivety. That's how I feel. Like even in chat, they were like, "It looks all right," to be honest. It's like,
well, that's how I feel.
And I'm
like, that's like, I just want to have fun.
I guess I haven't expanded my horizons.
No, but the people actually doing the creation. That's what they're the real critics. They're the real creators. They're bringing real positivity into the world. Like the greatest works of art of all time are not freaking middle fingers, right? Like it's art, it's beauty, it's creation, it's the opposite of that. It's the banality of evil. right? It's just this banality of critique and criticism and I'm not a creator. I could never. It's the freaking movie critics, the snobby movie critics for a newspaper. The Academy Awards. It's the epitome. It's why nobody likes the Academy Awards anymore because they're meaningless. Like, that bullshit that won, nobody watched. Why? Because that's not why we go to the movies. You've lost the thread of why we all go to the movies. It's to be entertained.
Anyways,
and
that's
coming from three people that have actually very different opinions of Starfield.
Yeah.
David thinks it's the greatest game ever created on Earth. I don't. Mark somewhere in there.
I'm in between
he just wants to play Skyrim.
Yeah. To the dude that's going to leave a comment on his YouTube video saying next one, always talking about Starfield. Every episode, there's a skip forward button. You can press it.
Well, that's why I'm here because it's not the greatest game. I mean, it's all right.
I want another. Skyrim.
Can I say this? I do know
Avowed's on its way.
And Elder Scrolls eventually, right? I do think, and I'm just gonna, I like Bethesda. I do think they need to change their engine. I think the creation engine has been here. It's served its purpose. It's time to put it to bed.
Can I tell you, Jordan?
Yeah.
They needed to change their engine
I know
20 years ago.
But at least I can only chalk it up to charm. Like it's it's charming, because sometimes when games have that weird feel.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't know.
It's like a scar. It's like a battle scar on someone's face.
It's bad in the way. It's bad in the way that Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead's or Rockstar's engine.
No,
gimmicky.
No, I don't think that's gimmicky. You just gotta adjust your body to a Rockstar game.
That's what you gotta do with the Bethesda game.
Yeah. No, what I mean is there's a huge rumor online. The reason there's no vehicles on Earth is because the game can't render fast enough. And look, it's a rumor. I don't know if it's true. I've played a lot of Bethesda games. I tend to think it is. Probably true.
So we can have horses. We just can't
loading.
You can have horses.
Loading 50 times to get to a destination is not that needs to be. I want to go to the Freestar Collective.
Who says that's the engine? You don't know what it is.
That's the engine.
Who says?
And if it's not the engine, who's the genius that thought it would be great to load 5 times to get to the convenience store in the Freestar Collective?
You know what you're becoming right now?
I'm giving valid criticism.
I think I agree.
No, because you're making assumptions about stuff that you know nothing about.
Okay. Why do I have to load 5 times?
You can ask.
Okay. I'll give you. I'll give you.
I don't disagree with you.
I will rephrase my statement.
Yeah, rephrase it.
I have to load 5 times to get to a convenience store in the Freestar Collective. I don't think that's very good game design, and I don't care why it was done. I think it should be improved.
Actually, you don't have to load 5 times because fast travel.
No, that's the loading.
That's the loading.
It's once though.
No, because then you gotta. Okay, Freestar Collective was a bad idea. Let's talk the USEC headquarters. Because you got to load into you got to fast travel to the planet.
The only time
you got to go.
Why they put you outside the door?
Then you got to. Then you got to go to the.
Put you outside the door to load into the door. They don't even put you in the mansion.
That's funny.
And then you have to.
That's what we're talking.
Yeah, you're loading into Why do I have to load into the USEC? Wait, is it USEC? Right.
You suck my balls.
USEC is from Escape from Tarkov. The whoever their name is. Anyway, the people on what's the main people on New Atlantis? Is it the USEC?
No.
We know who you're talking
about.
Who
you're talking about.
I think the USEC is from Tarkov, but whatever.
I think so too.
Yeah. Why do I have to load to get into their office?
Yeah, that's another one. It's so funny.
Other things. Why is it when I shoot a gun in the air in the middle of New Atlantis, nothing happens? But then when it's just there's no the reason Rockstar, and maybe this is why I don't mind readjusting my body to a Rockstar game, is the world feels like the world reacts to me. In Starfield, the world does not react to me.
What are you talking about? People stare at you all the time.
Yeah. They're always watching you.
Yeah, they
Even
are,
when they're talking to each other, they're just staring right at you.
All right,
David.
It's late.
How are you doing?
It's late, everybody. Yeah. We got to go. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry.
It's so late.
But going back to that, I do believe that's the engine. And if it's not the engine, then someone made a very.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there.
And I believe someone made a bit of.
I don't know how we got on that topic again, but
I'm just gonna go ahead and hit that outro.
have a good one, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week. There's no after show today, but there will be one that should be back next week. 2024. Get ready to game it up. Remember, community tab. Let us know. Hell let loose. It'll just say hell let loose. Who's in? Can we get to 50?
I want to do
Who's
it.
in?
That would be so
Yeah.
fun. I'm a general.
So bye. Bye-bye.
So hard to find the good days.